Monday, 3rd of September, 1888. John Letts once spoke of how precious a diary can become to a person. He advised us to simply use our diaries with the utmost familiarity and confidence, to conceal nothing from its pages, nor suffer any other eye than our own to scan them. Who knew how beautiful a connection could be from human to paper? Diaries containing even the darkest of secrets, to suppressed feelings or plain descriptions of one's day. My mother gave me this diary as a gift of freedom. Freedom to write and speak truly of myself or my life. 'Tis 10 years since my mother's passing, and her memory still thrives within me. 10 years since I inhaled her strong lavender scent, seen the flowers on her dresses, and watched the way she would comb her hair in the mornings. Gosh, I still mourn for her. After all, mothers are an important piece of life. She inspired me to write fictional novels, create my own pieces of writing in hopes of sharing them with the world. It is a hobby I enjoy very much. Secretly, of course, as Father would not approve of my writing habits. Unless I am wrong. Unless there is more.
The Reminiscence of the Heart. Brought to you by Skye Productions. Written and directed by Sydney Skye.
Charlotte!
Eliza!
Oh my goodness, Charlotte, have you been hiding out here for the last passing hour?
Although you must hear what I've been writing for my novel. I am now on chapter 3 and the protagonist has encountered that potential...
Sister! Your writing obsession overwhelms me. It's as if you're already an author yourself, which you know is not suitable for a woman.
I know. I shall never become an author. Now, what has happened for you to hurry here so desperately? Your cheeks are red as cherries.
Oh, leave my cheeks, Charlotte. 'Tis worth the blush, for Father demands a word with you. He appears to have received some thrilling news.
Thrilling? Well, you do seem quite merry yourself towards this mysterious surprise.
Oh, it has left me feeling high-spirited for you, sister. Oh, come at once, Charlotte. You know Father has little patience.
All right, I shall make haste.
Oh, never run, darling. It is not ladylike.
Yes. Sorry, Father.
My sincere apologies, Father, for my late arrival. I was distracted by my thoughts and got
How
lost.
disappointing. Now, I hold some exceedingly good news.
So Eliza has told me.
A few days ago, I wrote to Lord Duncan Leobridge, inviting him to stay at our residence for a few days. Yes. He is a young accountant from Shropshire, and his father is a dear friend of mine. Today, he has sent me a letter accepting our invitation.
Oh, how wonderful. 'Tis lovely to have visitors at our manor. Oh, they simply love the countryside on the outskirts of York.
Oh, sister, not all is revealed yet.
Eliza, you must learn to compose herself, even on the most exciting occasions. Calm this hysteria.
Yes, Father.
Now, Charlotte, not only is Lord Leobridge accepting our invitation, but he is also quite eager to meet you. After our discussion through letters, he has grown very fond of you and wishes to propose.
Lord Leobridge wishes to marry you, sister. How glorious is that?
Oh, marriage. But, Father, I do not know this man.
He is the most fitting match for you, dearest. Great inheritance, sustained labour, hard-working, and an honourable man in his ranks. Consider that all you need to know.
If that is everything I am to know, then it is the most exhilarating news.
Sister, if I was standing in your position, my smile would be much greater. You're going to be wed. Have you not any enthusiasm?
I do, but...
Charlotte, your lack of gratitude for this righteous arrangement upsets me so.
Please, Father, my heart is full of love and gratitude for all you have blessed us with. However, might I make a small statement?
Charlotte...
A lady does not make a statement, especially to a man. They show commitment and affection to him.
And I have never dismissed that, Father, but is there not more to a woman than merely marriage and motherhood?
Charlotte.
Oh, I have been working on a novel these past few weeks and would love to share my work with the
Charlotte, you are not a writer. You're a woman. This writing is merely a foolish hobby.
But, Father, what if it is more than a hobby?
More? How dare you talk back to me? This selfish, childlike attitude must stop at once. You will marry Lord Leobridge, care for his needs, and present yourself as the well-mannered, obedient lady I have raised you to be. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, Father. My sinful behaviour is recognised, and for that you have my heartfelt apology.
Your presence is no longer required. Daughters, you are to leave.
Of course.
Thank you, Father.
Wednesday, the 5th of September, 1888. My first introduction to Lord Duncan Leobridge was straightforwardly unpleasant. His carriage arrived in the late afternoon from Shropshire, a small village in the countryside, and he was escorted into our living room, where afternoon tea was prepared. His attire determined his high class, wearing a smart suit with Sacramento green shades, blonde hair positioned neatly, and light sideburns painted on his face. After expressing our hellos and how-do-you-dos, his true persona surfaced. At the age of 27, his character is tiresome, with no humour and continuous talk of business. Father chose a very banal person of nature, yet he declared how perfect he was for me. Wealthy, earnest, honourable. Perhaps I may settle and grow to like him during his stay. With our marriage being compulsory, there is no choice, is there?
Mr. Querrel, it is quite worrying. The Prime Minister's in severe strain about the Conservative parties, now depending upon the Liberal Unionists.
I believe Duke Devonshire, Lord Hartington, is stepping up to assist.
Whatever occurred to the Conservatives, Lord Leobridge?
My dear, Labour and political matters are none of your concern. Also, remove your hand from the sherry. It is unhealthy for a woman's lips.
It was plainly one sip.
Hartington was primarily known as Lord of Cavendish of Cayley. 10 years ago, was he not?
Certainly. If I may say, Lord Leobridge, your mind is filled with magnificent history and intelligence.
Our past is essential to us, to reflect upon and thus influence our future.
Well, I believe our past defines our present too.
It does not define, Miss Querrel. Our past only exists as a reflection. Oh, my goodness! This is proof women are never suitable for serious conversation.
But if you do not mind me interfering, she was simply stating her opinion.
Opinion? Women have no such thing. They use their words simply for entertainment and nurturing. You should start consuming your food faster. Tortoises move quicker than you eat.
Certainly. Lord Leobridge, have you ever visited the city of York? Eliza and I have never been, and I am curious as to what life is like there.
The scum of York are no match for fragile women like you. The streets are repulsive, lined with mud and other foul substances.
Even God refused to step amongst them.
Indeed.
Scandalous peasants rot away at their own fault, and can be described as savage, vulgar monsters. I keep you here to protect you from that ghastly society.
Why, Father, why on earth would we wish to leave home anyway? I love living here and would not dream of going to that foul city.
Another glass of Armadillo sherry, Lord Leobridge?
Oh, I should decline your offer, and yet you have tempted me. Fill my glass once more.
Mildred!
Thank you. Fino sherry's too dry for my tongue. Now, Charlotte, my darling fiancée, that engagement ring fits on your hand perfectly.
Why, thank you. The ring is beautiful.
Although I do wish your hair was not strung up. You will style it more loose for our wedding.
Of course.
Now, tell me about yourself. What is it that you enjoy?
I must confess, I find delight in reading and writing. I adore creating my own stories and have hopes of sharing my future novels with the public.
Writing? I imagine you as someone who sews or embroids. Writing damages a woman's fragile hands, cramping and aching its bones. Yes, sewing will be your new hobby indeed. Much preferred, and it is a more relevant activity for you.
It is about time her strange admiration for writing comes to an end.
And Charlotte, you also clothe yourself in navy from now on. Yellow is too bright and childish. Navy, on the other hand, is more sophisticated. When we are wed, I shall see to all your dresses and make sure they are crafted with the most luxurious navy fabrics.
Luxury navy? Gosh, I envy you, sister. You truly do have a remarkable gentleman to take care of you.
I am most grateful.
So you should. A woman's appearance must be nothing less than perfection.
Right.
For there is no attraction without flawless beauty.
I shall raise my glass to that. Indeed.
And we shall invite him to our morning croquet tomorrow, for I am sure your fiancé would be delighted to join.
Oh, I must say, sister, you seem to be more fond of Lord Leobridge than I am. I'm sure he'd much prefer you as his wife, not me.
Oh, I could not take you away from him. You are his and only his. Don't you agree, Mildred?
Why, yes, my lady. And what an exciting day it'll be when you're married.
Oh, but Charlotte, you must promise to send me occasional letters. I cannot imagine my life without you in it.
Letters? But you speak as if I will not be here anymore.
Well, sister, you won't be. Shropshire is Leobridge's home, therefore you shall live with him after the wedding.
But York is my home. Could we not reside somewhere between our two homes?
Oh, nonsense. His work and his life is all laid out for him in Shropshire, so that is where you will go.
But will I ever see you again?
Oh, well, perhaps not, but that is why I beg of you to send me letters. Oh, I look forward to reading everything you will engage in, your future pregnancy, your journey into motherhood. Oh, now I really must attend to my bed. Good night, sister. Have the sweetest of dreams.
Oh.
Are you okay, my lady? You appear quite upset.
I am not ready for marriage, Mildred.
Oh, come on, my lady.
No, Duncan presents himself as a snobby, careless and rude man. He shows no interest in who I am, and I never planned to marry so young. Now I must move to Shropshire.
Oh, Charlotte, please. Your father has only done what is best for you, and he loves you dearly. I'm certain Lord Leobridge will take very good care of you. People have to make sacrifices sometimes. It happens to everyone.
Sacrifices?
Why, yes. I've made sacrifices to work here with you, which has been no regret whatsoever.
You're too kind. What sacrifices did you make?
Oh, I had opportunities to move away to London and work as a governess. My grandfather lives there in the city, and he promised to help me earn enough for me to open my own school, teaching children.
Oh, well, why didn't you?
Oh, Papa grew sick. Mama has to work on the streets now to pay the weekly rent, leaving me working here to pay for Papa's medication. Some medicines take a lot of shillings from your pocket, so we've had to save.
Oh, how terribly awful. I share my condolences to you and your family. We could raise your salary or allow you to take some leave to attend to your father's needs.
Oh, my lady, as kind as you are, I cannot accept your offer. Your father would not agree to with it, and I wouldn't want to take money I haven't earned. The only money I take is what I work for.
Oh, bless you, Mildred. I admire your honesty. I've always yearned to walk the streets of York, despite going into the city forbidden for me. But tell me, Mildred, what is life like there?
The city is fascinating. Every street has a different story, different people, and so much happens every day that even if you blink, you miss something.
It seems thrilling. Here, I have repeated the same activities, read the same books, and had conversations with the same people. It would be lovely to have a change, just for a day at the very least.
My lady, you don't mean that. Living here is a dream. Such grandeur walls and a beautiful manor and not a spot of dirt anywhere. Consider yourself very lucky.
I am aware, but even with the most luxurious surroundings, life becomes dull after a while.
Well, Shropshire shall be a fresh start. I best leave you to rest. Is there anything else you need before I go?
No, that'll be all. Thank you, Mildred.
You're welcome. Good night, Charlotte.
My mind is swirling, continuous thoughts and fears for my arranged future. No opinions, no love, no choices. Even my judgment on how I dress and how I eat is now taken away from me, to be decided by my husband-to-be. Superiority does not exist in my world. Gosh, I wonder how my mother coped with all the discipline. I can only imagine she had more strength in coping than I do presently. Less fearful, more obedient. I should be obedient towards my father and my fiancé. Yet, my heart does not agree. I write this as my eyes gaze at the distant streets of York, so far away from my window. The illumination of street lamps shine like stars on the cobbled pavements. If I made no sounds at all, I could faintly make out the sounds of the city. Mildred has her life there. A life that is possibly so different compared to mine. I long to seek other people's experiences and witness myself how different life can be for those people. Then, I think of an idea. I just require your assistance for a quick moment, if you don't mind, Mildred.
Why is it you're so secretive this morning? Is something wrong, milady?
Not at all. However, I need your help with something, something extremely important. Therefore,
Yes?
you must promise not to tell anyone.
Not tell anyone? What is this something you ask help with?
Mildred, I am to venture into the city of York today.
I'm sorry?
I wish to walk along the streets and walls to see the minster, the markets, and marvel at the people. Then, when I depart to Shropshire,
Charlotte.
I will have those cherished memories.
But my lady, aren't you forbidden? You're not supposed to leave the house or go anywhere near the city streets.
I am mindful of my father's strict rules, yet I'm desperate to taste some freedom before I leave the life I have here. How can I leave my home when I have not experienced all that is around me? Am I not allowed to be curious and experience new things?
No.
Well, then I shall make my escape from my window.
Your window?
All I need is you to convince my family that I am unwell. Complete bed rest, so they know there is good reason for me not to leave my room. Tell them I am weak and wish not to see anyone presently. Oh, that is all I ask of you, Mildred.
Oh, bless my soul. My lady, I would be lying to your father and going against the man who employs me. You know I only follow your father's orders.
And what about my orders? I, too, am a lady who lives in this house, and you work for me as much as you work for my father. Oh, please, Mildred, I beg of you.
Oh, very well. If experiencing the city is what you wish so desperately, then I shall help you. I will inform your family that you are severely unwell.
Oh, thank you, Mildred. Now, I have prepared a sheet for the window to climb out of. Oh, wish me luck.
Wait, my lady. What about your engagement ring? You're not wearing it.
I have removed it, Mildred. I will leave it here where it belongs.
Oh, right, very well. Just be safe, my lady. For the sake of all of us, at least.
Okay.
Bag of apples for the good guys. 4 shillings a bag. Only 4
My
shillings.
first look at the streets
Bag of apples.
were the most wondrous. Despite father being correct about the overpowering and unknown stench, I truly have never seen so many people in one place. Chatting to other friends, mothers watching their children play, and people selling whatever they can to earn money. Stalls consisting of vegetables, freshly baked goods, jewels, and other oddities are for sale everywhere. It makes me low-spirited to watch a great number of people fight so hard to gain just a few shillings, whilst I have not worked a day to live where I am. Nevertheless, words cannot describe how much there was to see in the city. Well, there were some good parts, and there were some not so merry.
Hey up, love. What's a pretty bird like you walking round here?
Just on a stroll around the city, thank you.
Looking like that? How about 30 pennies for a bit of rough?
I beg your pardon?
With a beautiful voice like yours, I'll take it up to 40.
Many thanks, but I really must make haste.
Hey, I weren't bloody asking.
Sir, please, I ask you to let me go.
Oh, quite the bricky girl I got, ain't I? Come here, you.
What are you doing?
Come on. Be a good foxtress now.
No, stop. Remove your hands from my dress.
Oi!
Get your dirty hands off the lady.
Hey up, pal. Just grabbing my morning dolly mop.
I don't think she's enjoying it, lad. I'd let her go.
Or what? You gonna shake a fanning with me?
Don't tempt me. Now take your sack and eggs elsewhere. She's my missus.
She's your missus. You're off your trolley.
She is. So hands off. Or else.
Fine. She's yours. But I'm next in line.
Well, that could have been a lot, but... Ah! What was that for?
How dare you have the audacity to call me your mistress? Who do you think you are?
Maybe a cheers for the help would have been nice.
Why should I thank you?
Well, let's just say that if I hadn't said you were my missus, that geezer would have put more than his hands in your knickers.
Oh, good gracious.
Right. Guessing you're with the R-class folks then. Talking like the queen and the butter upon bacon you're wearing.
Butter upon bacon, you refer to me as if I am food?
Look, love, we have our own language down here. You know, with butter upon bacon meaning extravagance. Your clothes are extravagant, but that gal sneaker thought you were a prostitute.
Prostitute? And what is that?
You're kidding. When was the last time you left the house?
20 years.
Blazes! What kept you inside?
That is private business.
Alright, suit yourself. So, it's your first time here then?
Indeed it is. But thank you for saving me. I should have presented my gratitude earlier, and I apologise for hurting you.
Ah, don't upset yourself. It's the least I can do to make your welcome less... frightening. Name's Alfie. Alfie Winters. You gonna tell me yours, or is that private business too?
No, my name is Miss Querrel, although you may address me as Charlotte.
Well, it's nice to meet you. Tell you what, why don't I treat us down to a little swig at the pub? Just down Stonegate? Shammiest bit of jam like you deserves a nice greeting to our streets.
Sorry, a what down Stonegate?
Please don't tell me you don't know what a pub is.
I'm afraid I do not.
Right then, right. Come on, love. Guess your education here is far from finished.
The Ye Old Staar Inn, apparently York's oldest pub down Stonegate. A very loud atmosphere, filled to the brim with chattering people and the overwhelming smell of assorted liquors. I never expected to be sitting in this odd, drunken place with a stranger I had just encountered. Yet, he seemed charming enough, and his stories regarding the pub were the most fascinating. So, this pub was first licensed in 1644?
That exact year.
Incredible! So how come you recognise this inn so well?
Ah, well, I drink a little here on some evenings with my chuckaboos. Chuckaboos being friends, sorry.
Well, my father would be infuriated if he discovered I was in a place like this, or even took more than a sip of sherry.
Oh, right. Well, your father is strict.
No, protective is the preferred term for it.
Right. Well, what about the rest of your family? Unless my nose is digging a little too deep into your private life.
Well, I have a younger sister, Eliza. She's only 16, bless her.
Oh. What about your mother?
Oh, she's no longer with us. Tuberculosis seized her and she passed away when I turned 10.
Dear God. I'm sorry. You're not the only one who's lost their mother, though.
You as well?
Presumed dead. She was captured by coppers when I was a boy. Happened the day after my 8th birthday.
Captured? She was kidnapped by police?
Aye, well, my mother turned to prostitution after my father left, me being only weeks old. The job was her salvation. Basket making for money gave her a purpose, which was me. Any pennies or shillings she earned were paid for bread on the table. 8 years later, disease gets her and the Lock Hospital takes her from me. I never got to say goodbye or how much I love her. The next second, I'm dumped in a house full of orphans. No other family, no other home.
Oh, that must have been awful. But your mother could have changed employment?
Look, Charlotte, you don't get it. Finding a place in this world is sometimes like barking at a knot. You're just wasting your time. She tried finding other things, but kept getting the door slammed in her face.
Look, I'm so sorry. I cannot imagine what it must have been like for your mother. I'm sorry, although I'm sure your mother is proud of what you do now.
Yeah. Well, I work at a general shop, as a matter of fact. The Benjamin and Jackson shop down Micklegate.
A general shop?
Uh-huh. The place where you can buy various items, from soaps to different foods. Well, I don't pay much, but I save what I can.
How interesting.
Right, now how about you try some of this beer?
No, I shouldn't really.
Now go on, your father ain't here.
No, really.
Now go on, just take it, just have a sip. Go on, go on.
All right then.
Get it down, yeah.
Oh, how revolting! What causes you to drink such a disgusting substance? Oh.
Well, I'm not sure myself. Hey, but it keeps me merry at least.
I must make haste soon, it is late.
Oh, well, will you come back? There are so many other places to see, like the York Minster. I can take you there tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Gosh, my father may become suspicious if I'm gone another day.
Oh, your father is so against you leaving the house, isn't he?
Quite so, yes. Father talks of the streets being filthy and surrounded by nothing less than savages.
Ah, well, your old man ain't wrong about the filth. Charlotte, if your father forbids you to come to the city, then why have you come here?
Perhaps I simply wanted to get a glimpse of what life is like here and witness new things. The father insists that I must become a well-mannered lady who obeys his every word and never questions my place as a woman.
What do you mean your place as a woman?
Look, all my life I have been taught that a woman's place is merely marriage and motherhood.
Is that what you want?
Well, it's not about what I want, Alfie, it's about what is expected.
Expected? Look, life is full of the choices, and you decide what to do with them. Without choice in life, there's no freedom.
So you believe that women are more than being wives and mothers?
Look, I believe everyone is so much more than what they're told to be.
Well, no one's ever said that to me before.
Aye, well, go on. Tell me, what do you really want in life?
No, it is foolish.
Come on. I won't tell us all.
Oh, very well. I love to read. Reading books inspires me to create my own novels, write my own stories.
Well, wow. You must have quite the imagination. So you want to be an author then?
Oh, no, my father would not allow it. My family prefer it if I sew or embroider rather than waste my time reading and writing.
Aye, well, I think they are wonderful things to do. You should be proud of the things you love, not ashamed. So, what do you like to read?
Oh, romance. Although, when you read the same books repeatedly, it does become dull.
Aye, well, are there any new books you want to read?
Oh, well, perhaps Jane Austen. I heard rumours that her romantic novels are extremely heartwarming. Oh, especially her early novel, Pride and Prejudice.
Ah, you should buy it.
Oh, Alfie, I cannot. I must go. Thank you for everything.
Look, meet me tomorrow at Stonegate at the hour of 10. Please. I want to see you again.
I shall try. Thank you. Farewell, Alfie. My next meetings with Alfie Winters have been blissful. With success, I managed to gain an extra day or two with my fake illness, so I could explore the city more. And thanks to Alfie's knowledge of the city, I know so much more of our society. Regarding Alfie himself, he is the most wonderful young man. Kind, patient, and he makes me laugh so. He has made me smile more than anyone I have ever met before. Today, Alfie showed me the most beautiful building in York, the York Minster. The majestic architecture with its exquisite stained glass windows and the glorious bells that rang on the hour.
It took roughly 250 years to build this beauty.
Oh, I have never before seen a building so distinguished in all my life. No wonder it took so long to build it. Oh, wait, what are those statues there on top of the walls?
Ah, well, they're gargoyles. Scary little things. My mother used to say that if I was ever naughty, then those gargoyles would swoop into my room and pinch me nose.
Oh, bless your soul. Now, these gargoyles fail to scare me.
Oh, really? Little miss, I'm so tough now, are we? Gonna throw me another slap?
I feel like I'm being ridiculed, Alfie.
Ew.
And I do not like being ridiculed.
Well, I was only asking a question.
A question that implied mockery.
Oh, my dearest apologies, my sweet Grace.
Oh, Alfie, you tease too much.
You know, people get married in York Minster.
Hmm?
Are you married, or you to be married?
No. Of course not. Too young for wedlock presently.
Right, well, I'm baffled. I'm sure any wealthy folk that cross your path is just begging on their knees to marry you.
Oh, I'm doubtful of that.
Why? You have a unique personality. You're kind and you're strong.
Strong? I am not strong. Not at all.
Ah, come on now, don't be daft. You snuck into the city to see more of the world. Something your family is very against. You are strong enough to put yourself first and make a decision on your own, which you should do more often. You have every right to be strong and independent.
You are too kind. What about you? Are you engaged or happily married?
No, not me.
Oh, well, surely you must be courting. Your charm must have caught the attention of a young lady, perhaps?
Oh, no one. But, I've got my eye on a lovely lady.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Someone who is, different than any other woman I've met.
Oh, well, I hope this woman understands how lucky she is to be admired by you. Monday, the 11th of September, 1888. This morning, Alfie walked me along the banks of the River Ouse, a large, winding river that stretches through the city of York. I even brought my book of written chapters and numerous other writings for him to read. His eyes, dotting about each word, made me flutter inside. There is something about his eyes that makes me simply smile.
Charlotte, you're off your trolley if you think these writings are just an hobby. Wow, your way of words is... Yeah. You should really consider being an author. Sell your work.
I do not know. My family would not approve.
Who cares if your family don't approve?
And I do.
Well, you shouldn't, Charlotte. This is your life right now. You seem to be living the life your father wants you to live.
That is not true.
Well, it is. The only person who chooses what happens in their life is the person who owns that life. And that person is you. This is your life, Charlotte. If you want to be an author and have thousands of people read your novels, then do it. Your writing is much better than you think.
Oh, you really think so?
I don't think so. I know so. I know you will become someone incredible. You just need to have faith in yourself.
Wednesday, the 13th of September, 1888. There has been a shift in my feelings towards Alfie. It is as if my heart beats quicker when I am near him. It is difficult to explain this feeling, yet it is remarkable. My heart is warm, and everything inside me melts like wax on a candle. Every slight touch we share brings a glow to my cheeks. When he is not near, I struggle to breathe, and my heart yearns for his presence. What has he done to me? He has shown me so much, and my feelings for him have deepened. Feelings I have not experienced in my life. It must be love, for what else would these feelings be? I sit in my room writing and... Alfie! Alfie! Oh, what are you doing here? You should not have come.
I know. Oh, I know, but I couldn't help myself. I had to see you.
So urgently, my father will be outraged if he finds you here.
But I've something to give you. You're gonna love it. Oh, your room's lovely.
Oh, thank you. Look, Alfie, you must not stay long.
Oh, don't be so worried. I'll be in and out. I just had to give you this. I saw it today and I just couldn't stop thinking about you.
But my birthday is not until the month of February.
Oh, it don't matter. Just open it.
Pride and Prejudice. It's one of Jane Austen's novels.
I took a few shillings out my pocket, but it was worth it. At least you got something new to look at now.
Oh, Alfie, this is wonderful. Thank you, and 100 more times thank you. Oh, I look forward to reading this with Ernest.
Oh, yeah, I thought you'd like it. I'm just happy I could do something to make each day different.
Oh, you have. In the best way possible. Oh, being with you has made every day so special.
Me too, Charlotte.
Why are you staring at me like that?
Because you're beautiful. Can I kiss you?
Oh, Alfie, you don't have to ask.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too, my sister. Will you be joining us for dinner?
How are you? Sister, who the devil is this? Why is he here?
Sister, calm yourself.
Father, a man! There was a...
Shh, sister, I plead you, do not utter a word. This man is kind and will do no harm. Please, Alfie, you must hide in the wardrobe or father may find you.
Oh, yes, of course.
Climb inside, quickly.
I will not be shut out of my own door.
Oh, sister, I beg you with all my heart and soul, please do not say anything about the man you saw, for I am in love with him.
Charlotte!
Yes, father?
Thank you. I see you're out of bed, Charlotte. Feeling healthy? More yourself?
Of course, father. As a matter of fact, I was planning on joining everyone for breakfast tomorrow.
Very good. Eliza, what is the matter with you? You look pale as death itself.
Father,
Eliza, speak up, child. I have taught you not to stutter or stumble.
Well, My head is merely dizzy, Father. I believe I may have walked a little too fast to Charlotte's chamber.
Very well. Women are so fragile, after all. I am content, Charlotte, that you have made a prompt recovery. Lord Leobridge is eagerly awaiting your company. I shall be with you both in the morning. Good night, Eliza. Good night, Charlotte.
Good night, Father.
Good night.
Can I come out now?
Yes, Alfie, Eliza, allow me
Do
to
you know
explain.
this man?
My name's Alfie Winters. I believe you're Eliza, Charlotte's sister.
I am.
Eliza, I have fallen in love with this man.
Love? What about Lord Leobridge?
I love her. We met in the city.
The city? God bless my soul. You wandered the streets of the city without Father's permission.
Yes, we have met there on several occasions.
But Mildred informed us that you were unwell, ill, ailing, sick in bed, and unable to move.
That was all a lie, sister. Forgive me.
You and Mildred lied so you could leave and spend your time in those murky streets.
Oh, not all areas of the city are murky and revolting. There are places that are quite beautiful.
You should go by one day.
And what is your occupation, Alfie? You live in the city?
Yes, I work at the general shop there.
Right.
Right.
Do you really love him?
Yes, more than any man I've ever encountered. He's taught me that my writing and reading is so much more than a hobby, that the world is better than we believe
And
it
Lord
is.
Leobridge? Your fiancé? The man that you are betrothed to? The man who's eagerly awaiting your company? The man downstairs? What will become of him?
Wait, fiancé? Oh. No, Charlotte, you told me you're not engaged.
She did not tell you. My sister is engaged to a man from an honourable and upstanding family, with money and a title. He is a lord, in fact, and quite a handsome one. She's to be wed in a month.
Alfie,
You lied to me.
I do not love him. I love you.
Well, at least I'm not the only one who's been deceived.
Is there anything else you lied about?
No, Alfie, please.
Did you lie when you said you were sorry for my mother's death?
No.
Do you like to read all right? Did you
Alfie.
actually enjoy the city?
Yes,
Do you really love me?
Alfie, I do.
Or was that just entertainment? Someone you could play around with like a toy or amuse yourself with? Just because you belong in the bloody higher class doesn't mean you can do whatever you want, to whoever you want, and whenever you want to do it.
Alfie.
Enough. I'm leaving. Good night, Miss Querrel. Your Grace.
Come on, compose yourself, sister, and put that engagement ring back on your finger. 'Tis for the best. People of his kind do not belong with our people. Leobridge will take good care of you, and you will be loving to him, regardless of your silly dreams of writing stories. And as Father said himself, you are a woman, not a writer, and not a peasant's wife either.
There is only numb. I have betrayed the person I care about most, and now my life has returned to its normality. No unique adventures, no freedom of choice, no life to be owned. This life is for the best, isn't it? Sometimes I wonder what my mother would say to me. What would she do if she was in my situation? I miss her so. I miss her presence every day. I did not think when I lied about not being engaged. I simply lied because I did not want to accept that I was engaged to a man that I do not love. Maybe I will appreciate Leobridge. Perhaps my life will turn out to be beautiful and secure as my father planned. But is it the life I truly want? That is the question I must ask myself. Otherwise, I will regret it the rest of my days.
Did you hear about that prostitute who was found brutally murdered in London?
I share no sympathy with those kinds of women. They simply bring it upon themselves.
Oh yes, what undesirable women indeed.
Quite right. That man did society a service. Don't you agree, Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Charlotte, you've not touched your meal. Eat, woman.
I believe she still may be unwell. Another day of rest, I suppose.
She does not require rest, Father. She's had quite enough of that. I am no longer hungry.
Charlotte, a woman must eat.
A woman will do as she likes, Father. If I am not to eat, then I shall not eat.
Perhaps she is very ill, Mr. Querrel. My dear, why don't you save your embarrassment and just rest upstairs?
No.
No?
Do I need to repeat myself?
Charlotte, hold your tongue at once. You're speaking to your fiancé.
No, Father, he is not my fiancé. Never has and never will be my fiancé.
Charlotte, what is the meaning of...
Duncan Leobridge. I share my greatest gratitude in you travelling all this way to stay with us. I hope you had a pleasant stay, but you will not have me as your wife. What? Take this ring, for this engagement ring does not belong to me.
Charlotte, put that ring back on your finger at once.
Duncan, I give you my blessing to marry my sister Eliza. She is most beautiful and would make a splendid wife, I'm sure.
Charlotte, no, I couldn't. What on earth are you doing?
I wish you nothing but happiness, Eliza. That has always been true, but now I must make my departure.
Departure? Where shall you shall not leave this house?
I shall leave and go wherever I want to, Father.
I will not stand for this. You will stay in this house.
Father, your thoughts and belief of a woman's purpose are wrong. There is more for women than marriage and motherhood.
You have lost your sense, Charlotte. Now end this deluded foolishness.
It's not foolishness, Father, for the only person who has been foolish is you.
How
Excellent.
dare you?
Charlotte.
Are you not bloody grateful for the life I have given you? For the life you will live in the future with Leobridge? Are you that selfish that you think I am wrong?
Indeed.
Charlotte, please just come back to the table.
Yes! If embracing my own freedom and making my own decisions is selfish, then I shall be selfish. I was once told that the only person who controls their life is the person who owns it. This is my life. I own my life, and no one else but I chooses what to do with it.
This is complete madness.
Now, if you excuse me, I have somewhere to be. I wish you all farewell.
Charlotte.
Charlotte! Charlotte!
Welcome to Benjamin and Jackson's. How may I... Oh,
What a lovely shop.
thank you.
I began reading Pride and Prejudice. It is rather...
You shouldn't be here. You should be at home with your fiancé.
I have no fiancé. Not now.
You sure about that?
I am certain.
Suitcase? What's that for?
I have left my father's home, for I shall not be residing there anymore, as it is not the place where I belong. You will write about my life. It is my life, and therefore I must make my own choices, for without choice, there is no freedom.
Yep, quite right.
Hopefully, I shall earn the odd shilling or two when I publish my writings.
Of course.
Alfie, I can only apologise. I lied to you, deceived you. In fact, I did not love Lord Leobridge, for I could not acknowledge him as my future and serve him as maid to master. But let me be clear. You were never an amusement. You have taught me so much about the world, and you have inspired me to forge my own path in life. Therefore, I must thank you. I understand if you do not wish to forgive me, but you have my gratitude for all that you have done.
Well, thank you.
Well, I must make haste, then. Farewell, Alfie Winters. I wish you happiness and good health.
Charlotte,
Yes?
stay. Stay with me.
With you?
I'm sorry. I was angry at the time. Angry because I thought I was going to lose you to a life you didn't want. But now, you have made a choice and understand what it truly means to live. Now, I ask that you live a life with me by your side.
Alfie, yes! I love you!
And I love you, Charlotte. More than words can say.
Tuesday, 27th of February, 1918. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said that to believe your own thought, to believe that what is true for you in your private heart is true for all men, that is genius. Well, women possess a heart too. So I suppose Ralph speaks to all of us. How we should never conceal our opinions, but stand by them. How we should never let others control our doings but ourselves. Each person has a right to beliefs, opinions, build their own paths, and have freedom in what they wish to pursue. Abandoning my family broke my heart. Yes, but creating a voice within myself and writing my own story has been liberating. Alfie and I took on the duties of the general shop, selling numerous goods and necessities to families. I learned how the little parts of life make someone smile, like having small conversations in the shop and seeing how happy they were despite their lower class life. Thanks to them, I realised you do not have to swim in riches or wear extravagant dresses to be merry. In the next spring,
we were married, and a year later I bared a daughter, Alice Winters. And what a beautiful, courageous daughter she is. Another 2 years later, I gave birth to our son, Henry Winters. A tough but chirpy young man with a heart of gold. Regarding my writing, I finally published my novel, named A Penniless Heart. And it has been quite a success. Even at the age of 50, I still receive recognition and am presently writing a new novel to release next summer. My sister married Lord Leobridge, and I came to only know that. Eliza was in love with him from the moment they met, so I have high hopes that their marriage contains simply happiness and love. There are no regrets, and my leave is the greatest decision of my life. I made my choice, and there are plenty more choices for me to make in the foreseeable future. For without choices in life, there is no freedom. So what choices will you make next?
You were just listening to The Reminiscence of the Heart, brought to you by Skye Productions, written and directed by Skye, and starring Sophie Stewart, Brandon Simpson, Roxsarnah Staar, Frederick Torrance, Nathaniel Davis, Kieran Thompson, Will Bors, and Nina Reid. Thanks for listening, and listen out for more radio dramas. Coming soon!